now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to our Shot 'Em 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, creator, proprietor, Marcus. This is going to be a fun night tonight, everybody. I cannot wait to get into it. This is the first time in a while I have talked about Halloween here on the channel. Crazy, I know, considering my channel name, but I just haven't really been able to get to it that much because I've been catching up with everything else. But that all changes tonight. We are going to be discussing some Halloween theories for the TV show, as well as getting to some of you guys' theories and questions on what you guys think could happen in that upcoming TV show. And it's going to be a great time. As you guys are well aware, you see my guest here already on the panel. My good brother, my friend, Destination Station is going to be here sharing some of his ideas on what he thinks could happen in the upcoming Halloween TV show. And it's going to be a fun time tonight, you guys. I am so excited to finally get back on board with some Halloween content. And I will also say that I also will say, sorry, I got sidetracked for a second, but tonight after this stream, if you guys are a member to this channel and you guys are free, you guys are open to staying up a little bit late tonight, I'm having a members only live watch party of the 1992 film Dr. Giggles. I know it's a little impromptu. I know it's a little late, but I wanted to get something out there for you guys this month because you guys have been so supportive, you know, showing up, you know, signing up to the memberships and all that stuff. And I greatly appreciate it. And I'm actually going to have the new perks list out tomorrow. So this is definitely going to be a fun time. I can't wait to talk about Halloween in this stream and then go watch some Dr. Giggles on the members only live watch party. So if you are a member, definitely head over if you got time tonight. If you guys want to hang out, stay up and watch that movie, definitely come hang out in the live chat and pop the movie on, get your snacks, you know, everything you need to have a great time and watch a flick. Check you guys out here in the comment section real quick. Man. All right, so I am going to start all the way from the top, but I'm going to work my way down. I'm going to get to all of you guys. Don't worry. Talking Star Wars. What's up, Shannon? Saying stab that like button. Yes, stab it, shoot it, kick it, punch it, whatever you got to do. It's greatly appreciated. What's up, Dom? Hope you're having a great night, man. King Matthew III saying, I don't really know much about the Halloween movies. I've only seen the first one and the 2007 remake, so I don't really have much of an opinion about the series. I'll just hang out in the chat. Hey, that's okay, man. You know what I mean? Hey, you can even share some insight in regards to what you feel about those two movies and what you think based on what you've seen in those two movies we could see in the upcoming TV show. Oh, okay. Give me a second, Dom. I'll check it out. All right, Shannon, no doubt. Hey, I just appreciate you guys being here tonight. Hey, what's up, Paula? Another one of my channel members. So yeah, just like Shannon, you see, you know, she got the membership icon right there. So if you guys aren't too tired to hang out tonight for a late night live members only watch party of Dr. Giggles from 1992, definitely come in the chat and hang out with me. Hey, what's up, Val? The General of Haddonfield. The same goes for you too, Val. Like I said, I'm doing a members only live watch party for Dr. Giggles after this stream. Catching up with everybody in the chat. What's up, Horror Queen? Hope you're having a great night. Good to see you as always. Thank you for participating. Yep, thank you, Destin. Destin must have took a quick time out real quick. He'll be on in a second.
I'm here.
All right, I wasn't sure, bro. I thought you took a quick time out for a second.
No, I did for a second, but I was back. I didn't know if you already invited me on or what. So.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, you're good. That's
All
why I
right.
just said before we hit the intro, just instead of me taking you out and having to do all that process, we'll just turn our cameras off, hit the intro, and then turn the cameras on.
Cool.
It just
Cool.
makes it that much easier instead of doing all that extra shit. Yes, but thank you for that, buddy. Yes. Saying, what's up, fam? Don't forget to stab the like button. Yes, absolutely. Stab it, shoot it, kick it, punch it, drop kick it, elbow it. Do whatever you got to do.
Twist its dick. I'm kidding.
That was a weird overshare, but okay.
No, you haven't seen that video. There's a video going around where they're like at a UFC fight and somebody was like yelling that out. And they're like, oh my God, dude. This is
I did not
UFC
see
fight.
that.
And he's like, give it the old twist.
That's
Sorry.
classic. Now I'm going to look up that video.
Oh, I'll send it to you, dude. It's funny.
Val saying, and I will apologize now if I lose my mind in the chat, when they get to the Stranger Things part of the Tatum tonight. What do you mean, Val?
Oh, there's a teaser of Stranger Things. I haven't watched it yet, but it dropped.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, see, that's something else eventually, maybe they'll add to, the membership stuff, like in regards to like trying out like different stuff, like maybe check out some Stranger Things. I've never watched it.
Oh, dude, it's great, dude. Especially the last 2 seasons. 3 and 4 are my favorite seasons.
Okay, just catching up with everybody in the chat. And I will also mention that we do have a small super chat goal tonight. Nothing crazy. 5 super chats. If you guys send in 5 super chats, then I will give you guys the voting power like we've done before with other movies and stuff to pick whatever Halloween movie you guys want to watch. If you guys want me to include Halloween 3 Season of the Witch on the list, then I will do that. Outside of that, if you don't, then I will only count the Halloween movies that have Michael Myers in it. So that's what we're doing tonight. Basically, a small super chat goal. 5 super chats will get you a live watch party of whatever Halloween movie you decide to vote in. And we will watch that this upcoming Thursday night, which is kind of going to be like, the theme. Like basically Mondays, I'll do watch parties. Thursdays, I'll do watch parties. And then like in the middle of the week, I'll do like a live Q&A horror discussion. That's basically for like my live streams. That's where I'm kind of heading in that direction, because you guys know that I want to basically do a podcast on the weekend for both Scream and Halloween. So I think that that's the direction I'm heading in, and that's how we're going to work everything out. But I still want to also be able to have this time with you guys to watch movies and just hang out and, chat about everything. Oh, talking about food. Man, I ate a lot of food today. I'm full. I'm good.
I made a while ago.
I made me a nice salad, bro. What?
Oh man,
That's
trying to be healthy, man. I went to I tried it for the first time. Golden Chick. Never had it. It's like a chicken spot near me, and I love chicken sandwiches, man. That Popeye's chicken sandwich is like crack. I'm addicted to it, and so I had to try their chicken sandwich. It was pretty good. Not as good as Popeye's, but it was good.
You ever have Dave's Hot Chicken? And y'all got that down there?
Yeah, we got a Dave's Hot Chicken. It's okay. I like it. Big old chicken tenders and spicy.
My shit, bro. I like spicy chicken, bro.
Me too.
That
dude.
shit hits.
It's just expensive for what you get, but it is big pieces,
Hell yes, absolutely. Real quick, we do have a super chat in the building. Shannon from Talking Star Wars with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Shannon, saying extend. Yes, that is another thing. Not only will you guys get the live watch party of whatever Halloween movie you vote in when I post everything, all the movies and stuff, but I will also extend this stream by 15 minutes tonight because, like I said, I am doing a late night members only live watch party. So we are kind of on time constraints, but being that we started 10 minutes ago. So if we hit the super chat goal, then I will go closer to 11:30 my time, which lines up because basically my members only live watch party is around that time. So makes sense. But thank you so much for that, Shannon. I greatly appreciate you. Catching up with the rest of you guys here. Okay, it seems like I am caught up. Yeah, Dom, I can throw you a wrench, man. I can do that. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you asking, Dom, honestly, because you know, of course we got the General Val and stuff like that. You know how she do. She rock solos she got to, but it would be nice to get her a little bit more help. I know sometimes Denisha can't always make it in and stuff like that. So yeah, I can definitely do that for you, Dom. I'll throw you a wrench. And we do have another super chat in the house as well. A troll coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. Saying extend. All right. So we need 3 more guys. We're already basically halfway there. All right. So now we are going to get into the conversation, you guys. The crux of this live stream, the Halloween TV series. It's looming. There hasn't been too much, like, obviously, news to come out about it. But at some point, you just know, especially with all the news of these other horror movies and other horror projects coming out, you just know that good old Mikey Myers is lurking around the corner somewhere, ready to make a return. So we got King Matthews here saying, I feel like for the upcoming Halloween TV series, we need Michael Myers to be more aggressive, kind of how he was like in the original 1978 and in the 1978 one, and maybe that fear factor returns in the series. So, Destin, before I share my insights on that, what do you think about that, buddy? What do you think about what King Matthew was saying in regards to the Halloween TV series needing to make Michael more aggressive to kind of reestablish that form and make him scary again?
Well, I definitely think that they should, make him scary, but with the series, you got a lot more of the lore that you got to delve into. And as much as there's a lot of criticism around the Rob Zombie movies, because knowing his background and everything, I feel like with the series, that's more of what you should dive into. From what Rob Zombie was trying to do is not really why he ticks, but just kind of like a buildup of why like his evilness and everything. I think his aggressiveness, man, I don't know how aggressive I want my Michael Myers. I like good, clean kills, but I think when it comes to Halloween and Michael Myers, I'm more like the stalking, the suspense, the buildup, because it's like the anticipation before he strikes. You could actually bring back the aggressiveness a little bit. Like when it happens, but I don't think that that's what they need to focus on the most. I think they need to focus on tension, suspense, build up, mood and atmosphere. That blue lighting again, like in the original. I want that. I want to see that in the series. I hope they just get it right, man, because I honestly think about this. We're getting the Crystal Lake series. That's the one that we can get brutal and aggressive with. This one, let's get a different feel. Let's get that old school Halloween feel. That's what I want.
I'm right there with you, man. I think
and we could get like when I say aggressive, like there's what King Matthew's saying is like, what level of aggressive are we talking about? Are we talking about Rob Zombie's aggressiveness? Or are we talking about how Michael Myers killed Bob in the first Halloween? I'm cool with that. If that's the way we do it. I think that is
kind of what he's talking about, because he did mention basically aggressive, kind of like he was in the original 1978 one and stuff. So, I mean, my thing is, and I'm right there with you, Destin, in regards to, I never really liked Michael being too aggressive neither. I like the fact that they had him kill a lot of people in Halloween Kills to make him seem more aggressive. I mean, there was moments he definitely showed a different side, in aggression that we didn't see in the original movie and stuff. But the whole mystique about Michael is, like you said, the build-up, the stalking, the anticipation to when he's going to strike. And then when he does strike, it's subtle. You know, there's really no emotion behind it. It's kind of like it's easy to him. Like when he chokes Linda with no problem. Like when he basically chokes up Annie and then just slowly stabs her with no effort at all. It's like that's what makes Michael scary, because you're wondering how this average sized man has this control and strength of a man who probably would be 7 feet, 300 pounds. You know what I mean? That mystique and that mythology of him, in my opinion, to be able to have that much power and strength, that while also building into that anticipation while he's stalking you and, you know, basically lurking in the shadows, that's what makes the character what he is. And I'm really hoping that they play back into that element in the Halloween TV series, because we need to get the old Michael back. You know, I always say it, and I'm always going to continue to say it, even if I'm not as harsh on Halloween Ends as I was when it came out. I will always stand on business when I say that they ruined Michael's mythology in that movie. They ruined it, absolutely ruined it. That wasn't Michael Myers, so we need to get back to the Michael Myers that was in Halloween 1978 and build upon that. And if we are going to be kind of going back to that time frame, the good thing is that we are going to be getting a young Michael Myers again. You know what I mean? Like early 20s, you know, maybe hitting towards mid 20s. You know, I don't know exactly if they're going to follow directly after the events of 78, if they're going to do like a couple years after it or what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I want to see the authentic Michael Myers. I want to see the character that we have our own interpretation on what type of entity he is. Not you basically trying to tell us he's nothing more than a man in a mask. I can't accept that. You know what I mean? That's not the character. That's not what keeps the character coming back for these movies. It was always the mythology of him, you know? So I'm right there with you, man. We need old school Michael back.
Yeah, he's kind of like, the way I look at it is like he's kind of like a cheetah, very quiet, waiting to strike for that right moment, you know. And it's a clean kill. One thing that I do want them to kind of do, like one thing I had a problem with the Rob Zombie movies, and I know, you know, this is going off a little bit, and I'll be real quick, is he came from like a white trash family, like a lot of like negativity in the home, like feels like CPS could walk in and like take him away or something. Like in the original, when his mom and dad came home and they're like, Michael, like they came back from like date night or something. We don't know where they came from, but they look like clean cut, upstanding citizens. I would like to see that. Like that's a little bit more mystique. Like instead of like blaming it on he had a bad home life, what if he came from a good home life, but he was just evil? It's just,
right.
You know, I want them to change that a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. It's another thing that Rob did wrong was, you know, he made it too grunge house. You know what I mean? It's too grunge house. You know, that's not Michael. You know, Michael has, like you said, is clean. There's a cleanness to him. There's a reason why he wears a pale face mask. You know what I mean? There's clean, but there's also nothing there. It's, you know, just like black is an expression, they say sometimes, of white. White is an expression of black as well. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And that's why it meshes with him. Like there's emptiness, you know, there's paleness. There's nothing literally there. It's the spectrum of nothing. So
yeah. And you know, like they could explore it later on. And I hope that they integrate a little bit of a Season of the Witch in there to kind of like, you know, like sprinkle it in there. Don't be too heavy handed on it. Just leave little breadcrumbs here and there to kind of be on like, okay, well, you know, wherever they decide to go with it. I just wanted to do justice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. I'm really hoping, man. I'm hoping they get this right with the Halloween TV series. I do want to say something real quick because we have a new subscriber, I believe, here in the chat. J-Dog in the chat. Yeah, I believe so, because I don't think I've ever seen you here before, J-Dog, saying I am new SRI killer. I don't know if that's an abbreviation for something. Help me out, man. But I greatly appreciate you hopping in here in the chat. You know, subscribing to the channel is greatly appreciated. Welcome to the community. I hope you love the content and come hang out with us, man. It's always a good time. It's always a good conversation. You know, we try our best to give you guys the type of conversations that you're looking for. So what's up? That's what I like to see. I'm going to get back here to the chat real quick. I do want to touch on this real quick. King Matthew says, from the bits and pieces I've seen in Halloween 2, like how they portrayed Michael Myers in that one as well, the fact that he sits up after being stabbed and all, I want that back as well. Yeah, absolutely, King Matthew. Yes, we have to get the authentic Michael. Like, we have to build this mystique up again that he can't be killed. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where you have to go with this, because, again, just like what Rob Zombie's Halloween movies did, just like if you even want to say Halloween H2O, even though I do feel if you were going to end the Michael Laurie storyline, that was the best film to do it, and how she did it should have never been undone to a degree or whatever. But if you want to do more movies with Michael Myers in it, you have to rebuild up that mystique again, where it is seemingly like he's unstoppable, like he can never be killed. You know what I mean? So I want that type of Michael back as well, because we just saw our boy get thrown in a junkyard grinder, and just not too thrilled about that still.
Yeah, they need to, like they did with H2O, and they made it to they came with Resurrection, even though that didn't give it justice either. They need to do a different ends.
Right.
Halloween did not end. Bring it back.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Catching up with a little bit of the chat. Michael Joe, what's up, man? Glad to see you here tonight, man. Thank you so much for stopping in. Saying, I would love to see the young Michael Myers again. Yes, I think me and Destin both agree with you on that. We definitely need to get Michael to be younger again, for sure. You know what I mean? So we can stretch these stories out. Maybe they're going to tell a whole bunch of new stories with different characters from people in Haddonfield. You know what I mean? You never know. There's room for it. I've went back and circled around the 1978 film, and there's a couple characters that I think that you could definitely decide to focus on if they wanted to, and we're going to touch on it here in a little bit for sure, because I'm interested to see what Destin has to think about an idea that I have. Okay. Val says, want to see Loomis and Myers and Smith's Grove, because my opinion is Loomis helped create the shape. That would be crazy. Like, okay, so Destin, I don't know if you know this, but Val's like big theory in regards to Michael's mythology and why he basically became what he became, especially in the original, timeline and stuff, like this unstoppable force, this, force of nature, was because Loomis basically built him up to be that by fear mongering, people, warning people about him at Smith's Grove, trying to keep him locked up. Like, basically Loomis built him up to be more than just a child murderer. You know what I mean? So she wants to see Loomis and Myers and Smith's Grove basically to where we see more of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we get a deep look into that. We got a glimpse of it, remember, in a deleted scene, I think it was for Halloween 2, where, he was supposed to be, Loomis was trying to get him transferred, and they denied his transfer. And you see Loomis go into Michael's room and say, you think you tricked him, haven't you, Michael? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, but you haven't tricked me. You haven't fooled me and stuff. So, like, basically she wants to see more of that in depth. What do you think about that, Destin?
No, I like that. I like that a lot, man. I like the idea of like Loomis accidentally making matters worse than better. Like, maybe he was thinking he was studying him, but he was also helping create this monster to grow. Man, I like that. That's some good stuff, man. I never thought of it like that. Good stuff, Val.
Yeah, Val put me onto that a long time ago. Like, she really in detail hammered it down, and I'm like, man, when you really think about it, Loomis did basically play a hand in a lot of how, and if you're talking about building Michael's mystique, Loomis had a hand in that because of all the fear mongering that he did. You know what I mean? He's not remotely human. He's evil. He's this. He's that. You know what I mean? So you can definitely play into that idea that Loomis helped create the monster.
Yeah.
He helped him. He helped the boy become a man that turned into a monster. You know what I mean? So I'm all for that, man. I'm all for it. We got 16 people here right now, bro. This bad boy just shot up a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
That like button.
That's right. I'm glad you are all here. Definitely shoot the like button, stab it, kick it, punch it, elbow drop it. Woo! Ric Flair it. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Twist it.
Bro, come on, man.
Give him the old
twist. Give the old twisty. Oh, man, that's good stuff. But yeah, absolutely, Val. I would love to see that too. I told you, Val, that is one of the best, if not the best Halloween theory I've ever heard in regards to Loomis basically playing a role unbeknownst to him because he thinks he's doing the right thing by warning people, trying to warn people of this evil that is inside Michael. But really, he's just helped building it up and building it up and building it up. Definitely, to me, an all-time Halloween theory. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen either, Val. That'd be cool. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, in so many ways, you know what I mean? In Halloween 5, you've seen once Loomis snaps, like he goes there, like he really snaps. So who's to say he wasn't like that all them years building up, you know, aggressively, like having those talks with Michael. Michael's just sitting there, you know, biding his time, just ignoring this motherfucker, you know what I mean? And Loomis, I know who you are. I can never let you out and stuff, shit like just saying whatever to him and just building this beast that is Michael Myers. I love that. You know what I mean? Let's go. I'm not against that at all. Man, I know I am behind in the chat, so I'm going to try to catch up with you guys real quick. Okay, so I know where I'm at now. So I'm 13 minutes behind, but I am going to like zoom up and really like fast forward. Val says we need the atmosphere of 78. We need the low gore of 78, the pacing of 78. Real quick, Destin, what do you think about that?
I think so. I think we need to take our time with it. I think we need to slow things down a little bit, take our time and really dive into it. I you know, I'd be okay with like a kill an episode or, you know, something like that. We don't need a kill every 15 minutes or anything like that, which I don't think they will do if they're doing a series. But we can even, you know, we do need the feel of the 78. I'm telling you, the blue lighting needs to come back. That blue moonlight feel needs to come back. You know, they did a little bit of it in Halloween Kills at the beginning, that opening. I was like, okay, they're doing a little bit here. Just extend it, you know, just make it the longer version. Take your time with it. We could even delve into Dr. Loomis's life and his family and where he came from. You know, like there could be an episode dedicated to different people, you know? And I think that the ending of the first episode needs to be probably, I guess that would be like when maybe not even like his sister being killed at the end of the first episode. Like maybe something else got killed, you know, like maybe he did something else that nobody knows before he kills his sister. I don't know. I mean, if you want to kill his sister at the end of the first episode and kind of like draw that out as like one thing,
right?
That's fine. But I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool to see like maybe like, I mean, it needs to be ambiguous a little bit, you know, but like maybe you see him a lot of times just like staring off into the distance, you know, when other kids are playing, you know, at the playground and he's just not even paying attention. He's just staring off into the distance, just zoned out. Daydreaming all the time. And you just see these glimpses of like, hey, what's up with you? Hey, what's up with you? Like snap back to reality. And
we see Hawkins when he was young again.
That would be cool. Yeah, if they want to do that, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, even though he's not like part of the OG stuff. He's
Right.
like a newer character, which he should have taken that shot. Like he never took the shot, and they built that up. He never took the shot. He never took the shot. Whatever. They should have made it to where when right before they're about to push him into the grinder, that like he comes back and like grabs Lori,
Mm-hmm.
and he finally just shoots him right off of her, and he falls into the grinder where he finally took the shot. That's how
Right.
I would have ended that.
Oh, you're talking about in Halloween Ends.
Yeah, and Halloween Ends.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they definitely screwed his character over. And I will say before we move on, the thing is we could see that character resurface because Miramax executive, Mark Helwig said that they're going back to the 78 film. Now, I know, Hawkins's character wasn't brought in until, this newer trilogy, but he still is somewhat a part of that OG movie because of what they did in that. So if you wanted to come back and focus on that character a little bit more in depth, you definitely could. I do think that they're going to be looking for characters that was in 1978's Halloween that either was like there that we maybe saw briefly, or that wasn't on screen, but they were there. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think they're going to go with that direction. But I agree with you, Val. It does need the atmosphere of 78. We need the low gore of 78 and the pacing. Yeah, because that's the thing. Michael Myers, like, he never has been like a gory killer. You know what I mean? He's never been that type. He's never really been over the top. Yeah, that's for Jason, and that stuff. Even Freddy in his own right. You know what I mean? Because he has those supernatural powers and stuff to where he can just create a whole bloodbath in one room and stuff like that. Like, but Michael has always been, for the most part, it's about the art of the kill for Michael. You know what I mean? How he, after he kills his victims, how he basically postures them. You know what I mean? It's not so much about the kill itself. You know what I mean? So I agree, Val, with everything you're saying. We definitely need that 78 feel again.
Yeah.
And I will say this before I read Stella's comment. We still have the super chat goal. We are hold on. I think we do have a super chat in. Oh, I stand corrected. We don't, but either way, Shannon's Talking Star Wars is celebrating 6 months as a member. Thank you so much, Shannon. So much for I'm so appreciated for your support. You're awesome. Like, you have stuck it with me through the dark days when the lights were basically all but off and very dim. You know what I mean? You stuck it out with me, and I appreciate it. Shannon saying, who'd be your choice for Loomis? Oh, man. Destin, I'll let you go, bro. You got any ideas for Dr. Loomis?
I do. I think I do. I'm drawing a blank of his name. Okay, I got it. You might not think it. Paul Walter Hauser.
Fuck is that about? I've never heard of him. I never heard of him, bro. Sorry.
Dude, if you saw him, man, he's up and coming right now. He's more in a lot of comedies and dramas and stuff like that. But Paul Walter Hauser, he also has like a serious side to him. Like, if you ever seen the show Blackbird on Apple TV, dude, he plays a psychopath in that one. But he's been in stuff like, he's been in Cobra Kai. He was the heavier set guy. He's been in The Luckiest Man in America, which was a true story. He where he was like on a talk show or whatever, and he won like thousands of dollars because he cheated. Well, he didn't cheat. He just kind of learned its pattern. He was in Queen Pin, like he's in Richard Jewell, which was a Clint Eastwood movie. Dude, Paul Walter Hauser is a phenomenal actor.
Oh, I have seen him. Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, if he cuts his hair and he goes with the bald in the middle, he's got the beard. He's got that. He's got the lineup. Yeah, I can see it.
This guy's got range, dude. He's got range.
I can see it.
He's getting like casted for like everything now. And I knew him before he got real big. Like I was like, dude, this guy's got it. He's cool. Like, and now he's finally getting some shine. But yeah, Paul Walter Hauser, I think, would be an awesome pick for
Loomis. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that. Yeah, he definitely he could do it. You know what I mean? Shave his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I could definitely see it. Like I'm looking at the photo now. Yeah, I can see it, especially with this. Like he has this like kind of side face where he's like, and it kind of reminds me of Loomis a little bit in the second film.
Yeah.
Or what? Man, it's such a hard fucking question to answer because I mean,
it really is. It's some tough shoes to fill.
yes, very tough shoes to fill, and that's another part that Rob Zombie fucking destroyed. Man, I don't know. I will say this. Okay, so my dark horse for Dr. Loomis, and I know it'd be changing his race and stuff like that. I get it, you know what I mean? And some people may not be on board with this. But I always thought Idris Elba could kill that role. He's from London.
That would be. Yeah, he's got the accent.
He's from Great Britain, you know, basically around the same parts of Donald Pleasance. You know what I mean? Like, I think he would kill that role if he was given the opportunity. You know what I mean? I know some may not like that because, you know, they don't want the character's race to change or, you know, what he looks like in the original. I get all that. I'm just thinking of somebody that I know that is noticeable that is from around the same area that Donald Pleasance was, being in like Great Britain, London, something like that. And I'm not saying there's not other actors from there that could do that role. I just don't really know them per se. Like, who you got, man?
I just thought about it, dude. Wouldn't it be ironic to put William Shatner in it? It would just I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that, but because of the mask, you know, like
I get it. Yeah, to play, just you know what I mean. Yeah, just to play into it, man. Yeah, but I think a lot of fans, if that happened, they get the rib, they get the, you know, they get the joke of it. But I think that that's all they look at it as. I don't think they would take him seriously as Loomis. You know what I mean? Nothing against William Shatner. You know what I mean and stuff. That's a very specific and special role, in my opinion. That if you're going to have somebody play that role, it has to be somebody that you can believe. I'm not saying they have to be exactly like Donald Pleasance. No, they have to make it their own. But there does have to be nuances and similarities to how Donald played that role and what he brought to that character.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like my second choice, even though he's like up there in age now, maybe if he was younger, would be John Goodman.
Bro, man, yeah. If John was younger, man, I could see John Goodman.
Yeah, man.
Yo, John Goodman, yeah. If he was a little bit younger, yeah, I could see that, man. Oh, that'd be cool.
You ever seen Fallen?
What is it again?
Fallen with him and Denzel Washington?
Yes, that's a banging ass movie.
Yeah, it is.
Banging ass movie for sure. Excuse me. And we have another super chat in the house. Shannon coming through with another $2 super chat. Thank you, Shannon. Saying, how about Bryan Cranston? Ooh.
That's a good one.
Or David Harbour. I really don't know too much about David Harbour. I'd have to look him up, and I'll probably do that here in a second. But man, Bryan Cranston, yeah, especially, you know, because he had the bald head and the beard and Breaking Bad, and he's a great actor. Yeah, man. Oh man, I really like that.
That's a good choice. I like Bryan Cranston. That would be good.
That.
I could take him seriously as Loomis.
Hell yeah, man. That's crazy. Like, man, I kind of want to see it now. I kind of want to see it now, man. That's a good choice, Shannon. Excellent choice. And again, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And guys, we are, I believe, 2 more super chats away from the goal. If we hit the goal, not only will I stay on an extra 15 minutes on this stream, which means we will end the stream about 11:30, but you will also get the voting power. I will put the list of all the Halloween movies up or whatnot on the channel, and you guys get the voting power to vote what Halloween movie you guys want to watch on Thursday evening. And we'll do a Halloween live watch party of whatever you guys decide to vote in. Thank you again, Shannon. Greatly appreciate it. And again, keep in mind as well, after this stream, if you are a member of this channel and you don't have any plans of going to bed anytime soon, I have a members only live watch party of Dr. Giggles going on after this stream. So if you guys are planning on staying up late and want to watch some movies, want to watch a movie, definitely come hang out in the chat with me. Pop on Dr. Giggles from 1992. If it is your first time watching, let me know so I will make sure nobody spoils anything for you if they have seen it. Dom saying, I think he said something else. I wonder what you're talking about, Dom. I'm a little bit behind in the chat. I know.
I think they were talking about J-Dog. I'm not quite sure.
Got you.
Yeah.
Michael Joe saying they can make Michael a full supernatural being. He's not human at all. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's just better to leave it as, I mean, we have our own interpretation of what Michael is. So if that's what your interpretation of Michael is, Michael, then, you know, obviously I think they should keep it for you to leave that for yourself to a degree. Like, how can I say this? Like, I always feel like Michael, what he is, should remain anonymous. We have our own perception as individuals on what the character is and what he's supposed to be. But that doesn't make him exactly what he is supposed to be. That just adds to the nuance of the character and stuff like that. And that's what I want them to get back to. We need to get back to that nuance of that. You know what I mean? To where it's open for interpretation on who and what Michael is in regards to what type of entity he has inside this vessel. Mm-hmm. But leave it ambiguous throughout the entire run from now on, in my opinion. Like, stop fucking humanizing him. He is, I mean, John Carpenter even says it, which is why I'm very surprised he was kind of on board with what they did in Halloween Ends. Maybe he just wanted it to end, you know, for Laurie's character or whatever. But the way they did that, nah, man, to me, that's not what John Carpenter had in mind when he created that character.
Yeah, when they do, if they do go the young Michael route, make him emotionalist too. Make it seem like he's out of reality as well. Like, I don't want to know that he rollerbladed with friends on the weekend and did fucking, you know, whatever. You know, I don't need to know that he whatever, man. I don't need to know those details. I want to see that he just wasn't always there. He was always zoned out. Right.
I agree with that. That's what they played into in Halloween Kills, and then they never really followed up on it.
Yeah.
And we do have more super chats in the house.
Yes, sir.
Leonia Chanel, hey, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Saying, let's go another 15 minutes. One more, y'all. Okay. So I do believe, yep, we hit the goal, you guys. I see there are more super chats in here. So, again, we hit the goal. We're going to go another 15 minutes. So we're going to stop this stream at 11:30 because I was just going to end it at an hour. But basically, since we started at 11:10, I mean, well, not 11:10. We started at 10:10 because my time over here is 44 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're just going to stop it at 11:30, and that's an extra 20 minutes basically for you guys added on for hitting the goal. So I greatly appreciate every single one of you who donated, as well as we are going to do a live watch party for whatever Halloween movie you guys decide to vote in once I get all the movies listed out, you guys can start voting and all that stuff. And then by Tuesday night, you know how that works. 8 o'clock Tuesday night is when I will shut the voting down, and whatever finishes with the highest percentage, that's the Halloween movie we will watch. So I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys who showed up. We met the goal, having a great time here talking some Halloween tonight. And I can't wait to just keep pumping some more Halloween content out because it has been a while. And I'm glad that I got my brother over here with me to talk about some Halloween, man. It's been a while for both of us.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, Halloween hasn't been around for a minute, man. So
Right.
y'all are showing up and showing out. So we appreciate it.
You fucking believe it, bro.
It's good to like switch it up a little bit, you know? Like,
right.
You know.
Bro, think about this. It's already gonna be fucking 3 years since Halloween Ends came out.
Damn, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit balls.
Yep, October. 3 fucking years. Can you believe that shit? That's how fast this fucking time went, bro. And don't wait, bro. Does not wait. We also have another. Yeah, right. We also have another $2 super chat from Shannon over at Talking Star Wars. Thank you so much again, Shannon, saying love to all mods and guests. Thank you for that, Shannon. You're awesome. Love to you as well. It's all love here for sure. Greatly appreciate it. Oh, hold on. So a troll coming in with another $2 super chat as well, saying first time watch. Are you talking about Dr. Giggles, a troll? If so, I will make sure that nothing gets spoiled for you. I think you're going to like that movie. That's a fun time for sure. You ever seen Dr. Giggles, Destin?
I have seen it whenever I was a kid. I need to rewatch it. I remember Dougie, what's his name from Cool Runnings was in it or something. That's what I remember because I loved Cool Runnings when I was a kid. Dougie, I can't remember his name, but he was like a big actor in the early 90s.
You talking about Larry Drake?
No, that doesn't ring a bell. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, because
I'll know when we watch it, dude. If I'm invited. If I'm invited.
Yeah. Yo, bro, if you want to come on the panel with me, you're more than welcome to. I didn't know if you had anything to do after this stream or what.
No, dude, I'm with you tonight, man.
All right, sounds good.
Let's kick it. I'm down for some Dr. Giggles. Can I plug in one thing since a troll's on here right now?
Yes, absolutely.
A troll, I reached out to you on Instagram tomorrow night. Halloween H2O did win the spin, and it's at 8 p.m. Central tomorrow night to watch Halloween H2O. And thank you. So yeah, come by and hang out. Don't forget.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. You definitely did win last night, a troll. You know what I mean? And stuff. So we're going to have that for you on Destin's channel tomorrow and stuff. But also keep in mind, I want to plug this in for you, Destin, because I have the list here. Everybody who threw in a super chat last night and picked a movie that they want to watch, Destin still has that on the wheel. And basically, we're just going to keep spinning the wheel. And whenever movie it lands on, you guys are still going to get the chance to watch your movie at some point whenever it lands on it.
Yep.
Okay, but yeah, I'm assuming Dr. Giggles is a first-time watch for a troll. I'm telling you, man, that is a guilty pleasure of mine. It's a lot of fun, and
I'm looking forward to it, man.
And it has some noticeable character. It has some noticeable actors in there that you've seen before and stuff like that. The highlight, Holly Marie Combs. That was before her Charm days.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know who that is, but I'll probably recognize her when I see her.
You never saw the show Charmed with Rose McGowan and all them? And Shannon?
Well, I saw the opening a lot. I never watched the show. I just saw, 3 hot girls. I got crushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I never watched the show, though.
If you listen, shit, I did. And they were the reason. I'll be honest. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And stuff. But, yeah, man, she was in that show, and she was in a lot of stuff in the early 90s, but Charmed is what she's really known for.
Okay.
But this is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. Larry Drake is awesome. Yeah, definitely, buddy. Yeah, so this is basically going to be like another first time watch for you too, Destin. So yeah, you're definitely invited.
Pretty much, because I can't remember. I think I remember like one scene, and it's with Dougie. Is his name Dougie Fresh? Or did you ever see Cool Runnings?
I have, but it's been so fucking long. I don't remember
There's
those
a Disney
characters.
movie. John Candy was like the coach.
Yeah, I knew it was the John Candy, and it was like the U.S. Olympic team, bobsledding team.
Bobsled, dude.
Yeah.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't like. I remember it watching it a few times, but I don't remember everything in it. Like I'd have to revisit it.
Yeah. I just remember like seeing him in that. I was like, oh, this guy's in a horror movie. What the hell? Kind of shocked me. I don't know.
Stella G saying, just keep Michael as an enigma. I agree.
Yes. Stella knows what's up.
Absolutely. J Dog with the knives in the chat. Yes, absolutely. Yes, guys. Definitely shoot that like button, stab it, kick it, punch it, elbow it, whatever you got to do. And if you are a new viewer here to the channel, subscribe. If you like horror movie related content, Scream, Halloween. I try to fit some other horror movie topics and movies in there as well. Definitely shoot the subscribe button so you guys get all the latest content updates. And as well as if you'd like to become a member, I will have the tiers, all the new tiers and the perks open tomorrow. I'm going to only be doing 3 tiers. I have about 5 or 6 on there right now. It's just entirely too much. But I've come up with enough perks and that I think are reasonable. And I think you guys are going to like what I have to offer. So definitely, if you want to become a member, check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of good stuff coming for you guys. I'm super excited. I will clue you in, like on the last tier that I'm going to have, which is going to be like a $10 a month tier. I'm thinking of doing like I talked to Destin about it, like an after hours type podcast to where we just hang out, have a discussion about whatever you guys want to talk about in regards to horror movies, maybe kick back, have a drink, something like that. Just something a little bit more mellow and just hang out. You know what I mean? Something a little bit more exclusive, just to whoever wants to become a member on that tier. Michael Joe saying, don't bring back Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't think they're going to bring Jamie back if they do ever anytime soon. Now, in regards to the Laurie Strode character in the TV show, I know they want to focus on other characters, but they didn't also rule out the possibility of bringing that character back neither. And she would also be a lot younger again. And maybe you do bring that character back, but she's only going to be the main focus to an extent to where you're going to venture off and focus on new characters through her in the aftermath of it. So I don't think Jamie's going to be coming back. We'll have to wait and see. What do you think about that, Destin? What do you think about Jamie Lee Curtis coming back?
Not in the. I don't want her to be back in the series. I think it. I don't think. I think it's irrelevant. I kind of. She could be mentioned. Like I would
Right.
like for them to kind of like maybe do a time jump or something. Like if they do. Okay, so if they start off when he's a kid, and they kind of extend this a little bit. And then maybe we see that he does escape Smith's Grove and we hear about it. But then I want a time jump after that, and then we hear about. I don't know if I want to see a remake of Halloween 1978 for the TV series, like. I definitely. I don't know. No, I'm sick of Jamie Lee Curtis. Like Jamie Lee, find something else. Go do Freaky Friday Part 3. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done with Jamie Lee. Honestly, I just think that I think she was the reason why Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends faltered in story. I think I think her demands, if they would have made the original vision that Danny McBride and David Gordon Green wanted to make and not have any interference. But Jamie Lee Curtis is one of those people, especially when they come to the Halloween franchise, that she has creative control over her character and some story beats. And in order to get her for that star power, she has to put in her 2 cents. And it's like, no, you're an actor. Come to act. You're not the writer. So, no, I don't want her hands on it at all. In fact, I would like to just like, you can mention her character. You can mention Laurie's character, but I don't want her nowhere near. I think they need to leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I will say this, and I'll only say this, as a small little nugget. I won't go deep detail into it. I'm not against Laurie's character being brought back. So let's say we do 12 episodes the first season?
Yeah.
And we only follow Laurie the first 6 episodes and her relationship with Rachel Carruthers and her family. To where basically we get that. And then maybe Michael comes back the year later after 1978's events. Nobody knows what happened to him, playing into that mystique. And this time, and sounds kind of Halloween-endish, but this time you don't humanize the character and you don't give a reason or show where he has been.
Yeah.
Just leave this a mystery. He shows up on Halloween night. That's all the fuck you need to know. He's the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't need no backstory. Oh, Michael disappeared for a year. What tunnel is he sleeping in? Where is he at? I don't care about that. You know what I mean? That's not the character. You know what I mean? So if you're going to give me Laurie Strode again, I want to see it as basically she's a transitional piece to getting reintroduced to Rachel Carruthers' character, but she's a child this time around, and we see that relationship between Rachel, her parents, and Laurie, because remember, Laurie used to babysit Rachel when she was Jamie's age.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play into that. You know what I mean? Which would be a nice setup, in my opinion, it'd be a nice setup for basically to revisit Rachel eventually, also maybe even as a teenager, if you want to extend upon that, kind of reimagine for a little bit or whatever. And then we eventually get Elliecornell and Danielle Harris to come back as the adult versions of the characters in a film. You know what I mean? Play into that story so that it can lead into those characters having a film of their own again.
Yeah, I more want man, I want it on the big screen, honestly.
I know.
But I mean, I was just thinking, if they did do something with Jamie Lee Curtis, in the TV show, because wasn't she was in Scream Queen, so she's not new to TV. And if she did do this, how do you feel about her? Because we were just talking about Dr. Loomis a little while ago and who should play. How do you feel about her being Dr. Strode?
Dr. Strode.
And kind of playing that filling in that role of Dr. Loomis.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No.
No. Okay. All right.
No. And the only reason why I say that is because, from what they're making it sound like is that we're most likely going to be going back to 78 or maybe picking up in 79, 80, 81 even. You know what I mean? They want to go back and focus on characters within 78's film. So to me, they're going to pick up somewhere around that time, in my opinion anyway, and stuff like that. So, man, her as a doctor, you know what I mean? Nah. And then that'd be another excuse for, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I do. You cannot take anything away from her for what she brought to that character. But you can also critique the way that she did dictate certain aspects of the movie. You know what I mean? And stuff. And it turned out for the worst, in my opinion. So I don't want her anywhere near it if she's not going to be willing to play ball and kill the fucking character herself. Which she did agree to in Halloween Resurrection, but that's bullshit. That's not a ceremonious ending in regards to death for that character. If you're going to kill that character off, it has to be not only a way to where, in my opinion, she goes out a hero, you know what I mean? But it's got to be way more ceremonious than that. Like it has
It's got to be
mean
like her,
something.
like football tackling Michael off of a sky rise or something, and they both falling and they both splat next to each other on the ground.
Like that. Yeah, that would be definitive for both of them.
And,
Maybe.
and then the after credit scene is Michael just sits up, does his unique sit up.
Right. But yo, bro, that wouldn't be honestly, that really wouldn't be that bad. I mean, because then again, it shows like what can you do to him that's going to kill him, and then she's dead. You know what I mean? And you did it in a way that it is a lot better than what they did in Halloween Resurrection. You know what I mean? So the only way
that was a cop out.
it was the
Yeah.
only way I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis back, right? I've thought about this, Destin. The only way I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis back is if you're going to do a 50-year Halloween anniversary film, right? She's not the main character, so don't sweat this shit, people. She's not. She's only going to be in it for a short time, to where you focus on Rachel and Jamie as adults. But then it is revealed, obviously, that Laurie is alive. And maybe she comes back to finally try to save Jamie. You tie it into how she faked her death. You might have to leave John out of it. You might have to leave John out of it. As much as I'd love John to be in it.
But she can mention him to Jamie and say...
The issue with that, though, is then people are going to say, okay, if you're going to tie that in, so you mean to tell me Jamie faked her death, left her daughter behind with these people just to start a whole new family and a whole new life? People are not going to be too happy with that, bro. I've already seen people kind of bring that like into question, like, oh, you know, I don't want to see that because of that. Like, that wouldn't make sense to me. You know, your whole purpose for escaping Michael, you know, was to be safe. If you went and had a whole nother family, why would you not take your daughter with you? You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I think they would have to leave John out of it, bro. As much as I'd love to see Josh Hartnett make a comeback to this franchise, I think for something like that to happen, they would retcon it to where John don't exist. Laurie had been in hiding all these years. Maybe she heard about what happened to Jamie. She wanted to come out of hiding, but she just, you know, she couldn't bring herself to do it because how would she explain things to Jamie, so on and so forth. You could play into that dynamic. And then basically Michael, Rachel have their standoff with Michael or whatever, but then Laurie comes in basically at the end to a degree, introduces herself, you know, Jamie's shocked, you know, her mother is really alive, so on and so forth. Look, I'm sorry I abandoned you and stuff, but I thought that maybe Michael, I thought by leaving you with the Carruthers, Michael would always follow me wherever I was at, even if he didn't believe I was dead.
Yeah.
That's why I left you with the Carruthers. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But it's obvious Michael found out about your existence, so on and so forth. So, you know what I mean? Kind of play into that to where Laurie eventually, when Michael's, you know, he basically probably kills off Rachel because you got to do some shit. You know what I mean? You got to have stakes. You know what I mean? So kills off Rachel, but not after. You got to give Rachel her arc. You know what I mean? You got to give her arc. But then Jamie, you know what I mean, is battling Michael, whatever, and then Laurie just comes in out of nowhere, sacrifices herself for Jamie. You know what I mean? And that's how we end off. That's how we do the send off for Laurie Strode's character. And in my opinion, it works because she goes out a hero, and then we finally tie in that whole relationship between her and her daughter.
Okay.
Because,
yeah,
but see,
like
that's
that.
the thing, though. You still can. And this is the bitch about it, Destin. We talked about it before, vaguely.
Yeah.
The bitch about it is because of what Halloween H2O did by mentioning both the first and second film's ending. That not only means that everything that happened with Rachel Carruthers being babysat by Laurie Strode, like they mentioned in Halloween 4, Jamielloyd existing, that is all canon, and so is John Tate, because she faked her death. You know what I mean? So, man, it'd have to take a hell of a writer to write that all in. because you know how I feel about that, bro. I would love to see a Halloween film where we not only get elliecornell and Danielle Harris back, but we also get Josh Hartnett back, bro.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be super awesome. Which Josh Hartnett's coming back. He's becoming like a big movie star again. Um, I wouldn't even mind like if you introduce like Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis. Say she is in it, but like
Right.
halfway through it, we do the whole Wes Craven thing to where it's like, no, she's not the main character. She gets killed halfway through. And now we're with our new character that we've already been introduced to. And it's like a Nancy and Tina type of thing from A Nightmare on Elm Street, you know? Where you
Possible.
think it's Tina, but no, Nancy's the final girl. And it's just kind of like maybe like the first half is like her reconnecting to Jamie and all that kind of stuff. And then Laurie Strode goes out.
Yeah, why not, man? I mean, listen, I've always felt like if you're going to have Jamie Lee Curtis be Laurie Strode and you're going to kill her, you got to do it in a way that's acceptable. Can't do it like how Halloween Resurrections did. But if you can bring the character back just with a new actress playing the character, and you make us like this new character, this new actress playing the character, like we did with Jamie Lee Curtis, then to me, the character's death could be just as impactful. It may be still less impactful because it's not Jamie Lee Curtis, but still, you're killing off the character, which means
Yeah.
no more. That's it. You know what I mean? No more Laurie Strode. We're heading in a new direction.
Yeah.
King Matthews saying, asking, is there an official cast for the TV series yet? If not, who would you guys love to see in the series, and who would you cast to play Michael Myers? Destin, I'll let you go first, buddy.
Who all right, yeah, if not, who would you guys love to see in the series and who would you cast to play Michael Myers? Honestly, in the series, like maybe some new talent, maybe some talent from like who is it from Yellow Jackets? There's a girl, what's her name? Ella Pennell. She's in Yellow Jackets, and she's also in what's that show on Amazon? Fallout, the game. It's like a game adapted to a show in Fallout. I really like her. I think she's got something. I love that she's like into horror and everything. And I think her being in the show and maybe even being like our lead, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Everybody in Yellow Jackets, I can't even talk. Yellow Jackets is very talented. There's another young lady that's in Yellow Jackets that she was also in The Heretic. She's really good. She was also in The Companion with Jack Quaid recently. I can't think of the actress's name.
Sophie Thatcher?
What's that?
Sophie Thatcher?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
she would be a great addition. I think that'd be
I'm
awesome.
looking at the cast list right now. Yeah,
I think,
Ella Purnell got that look to her, bro, that she could be in a Halloween movie.
yeah, dude, she's got something. She's very talented, man. And then like I said, Paul Walter Hauser as Dr. Loomis. I really want to see that. I think that would be really dope. And then to play Michael Myers. Man, that's a tough one. That's a really, really tough one. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, honestly, as long as the person can embody the shape, I'm okay with it. Like James Jude Courtney was great in his own way. As long as it could be a no name, as long as they know how Michael Myers in the shape, acts, sits up, stands there, like looking mysterious and everything. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Like That's a tough one for me. What about you, man? I'm not quite sure. I'm drawing a blank right now for Michael Myers.
Well, I will say this in regards to cast, I can see McKenna Grace being in a Halloween TV show or a Halloween movie. You know, I think she has that look to her. You know what I mean? Especially if you want to kind of make her like the new like Final Girl focus, something like
Yeah.
that. She could play that. Maybe add. Let me see who else we could add to that list that's a little bit younger. That could pass off for the new Annie, Laurie, and Linda type deal if they want to go in that type of direction again.
Yeah.
So we got your pick of Ella Purnell. I like her because she just has that look like she would be in a Halloween project.
Dude,
just does.
She's great.
So we got McKenna Grace, Ella Purnell. Who else can we think of here? You know, to add, you know, in regards to like younger actors that can come in and be fresh characters and stuff like that. Mason Thames. Mason Thames.
Who's that?
The Black Phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Maybe you have a guy lead in there as well. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. You know what I mean? It definitely, could be possible. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely some young actors out there, I think, that could fill the shoes, like, in terms of being fresh characters and fresh people to follow in Haddonfield for sure. Now, in regards to Dr. Loomis, I like Destin's pick a lot. I like Shannon's pick of Bryan Cranston. I really wish Tom Jones Jr. could do it, who did Loomis in Halloween Kills, the one who's in the intro of my video. But the issue with him is he can look like Loomis with the makeup and all, but
long-term acting throughout.
Well, no, it's not even that. The voice. He didn't do the Loomis voice. That was a voiceover.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
That was a voiceover. I'll have to look that up and see who was the voiceover real quick. But that wasn't him talking. And that's like the issue, because you would be able to tell, especially if you're going to feature Loomis full time, you'd be able to see through that it's not actually Tom Jones talking as Loomis.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Okay. I got one more.
Go for it.
Caitlin Dever. I think she is amazing. And she's been great in The Last of Us season 2 as Abby. Even before she played Abby, she was in some stuff. And I'm just, man, she's just so awesome. Caitlin Dever, I think she could be an awesome addition.
I'm going to have to look her up then, see what she looked like. Because I'm just trying to find younger actors and stuff that I feel like, that we both feel like could actually like fit the setting of a Halloween project. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to kind of make them look like old school characters, like in the 70s or early 80s and stuff like that. I want actors that actually kind of look like they would be around in that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so in Halloween Kills, Dr. Loomis was voiced by Colin Mahan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Colin Mahan did the voiceover for Loomis. So as much as I'd love to see Tom Jones Jr., back in the makeup, because he looks so much like Donald Pleasence. They did such an awesome job with his makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You would be able to tell it's not him talking. You know what I mean? So that would be a big distraction. So again, like I said, my dark horse would be Idris Elba. If you wanted to, go with a high profile star to, get some eyeballs, because people would watch that because they know who he is. He's a great actor. You know what I mean? It's different because he is, a black English guy.
Yeah.
But if I have to go with another one, I mean, if he's not, I don't know how old he is now, but Ben Kingsley. because I know he was supposed to.
Ooh,
He was in talks to be Loomis, I think, for Halloween Returns, for what Patrick Lucier and them was going to do, if I'm not mistaken.
no, it was no, it was not Ben Kingsley. It was he played Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight Rises.
Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman.
Bro. All right, now see, I could get on board with that, Destin.
Gary Oldman's the shit.
Yeah, I could get on board with that.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman, man, fucking right, man. I'm kind of almost wanting that to happen now. I never knew that.
Yeah, it was Gary Oldman, man. And another addition that I really want to see her do more work. I haven't really seen her in anything else besides Stranger Things, but Natalia Dyer, who played Nancy Wheeler in Stranger Things. I think she needs more work, man. I think she's got a thing for horror, and I would like to see Natalia Dyer. I think that'd be great. I don't know. You said you haven't seen Stranger Things though, right?
No, I haven't.
She's cool, man. She's really cool. I think she'd be awesome.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, and that's what I was saying, like, to you backstage about, like adding certain things like to the members stuff. Like, yeah, it will be centered around like Scream and Halloween content, like in regards to like doing fun things in regards to that, because that's what my tier levels are basically named after. But
Yeah.
I do want to also catch up with other stuff and offer, like, even if it's on my end, maybe, all right, you know what, guys, let me catch up with the Stranger Things series with you guys. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, yeah, definitely, man. I'm excited about what I got going on and what I'm going to be offering and stuff, because there's a lot to talk about, man, and there's always stuff out there.
And I'll say one more. I'll say one more. And Camilla Mendez from Riverdale, who plays Veronica Lodge. I think she needs to be more in horror stuff, man. She just got that look. I think that she's great. I think she'd be awesome in a Halloween franchise or a Halloween show.
I know she was supposed to be in I Know What You Did Last Summer, so
she was, man. She was.
Yeah, and for some reason that just fell through.
I feel like that's what they need with the younger group. I don't feel like they got a star power for that younger group, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really even know any of the stars.
I don't really know any of them neither, which is why, I have my reservations about the so-called new Julie James, and we're definitely going to talk about that as we do some I Know What You Did Last Summer theories and stuff like that, because I'm right there with you. I mean, when I watched the trailer, I'm like, man, I don't know more than half these people, and the only people I know is Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Exactly. Yeah.
That sounded scary. What's going on, man? I know I'm super behind in the chat, you guys. I apologize. We are going to wrap it up here in a couple minutes, but I am going to catch up with you guys in the chat. I'll give you guys another 10 minutes because I am so behind in the chat and stuff like that. So, I do have the members only live stream I'm still doing. I'm just going to push it back another 10 minutes, going directly to there right after this stream. So just hang tight, you guys. If you guys are members, if you're going to hang out for the Dr. Giggles live watch party, I'm going to go another 10 minutes on here so I can catch up with all you guys' comments, see if you guys got anything else to say in regards to Halloween TV series, any questions and all that stuff. So, yeah, just going to go another 10 minutes real quick, guys, and keep having a little bit of fun here. And then we're going to shoot over to the members only live watch party. Yo, what's up, Coop? Saying completely random, but I'll always remember where I was when this show was announced. I was eating pretzel sticks in a bar restaurant in an airport in Washington, D.C. Good times. Hell yeah. Just imagine Coop just chilling there, and on the airport, they have some of them have TVs and stuff, and it's like, breaking news. The Halloween franchise is going to be formatted for television, and my boy just banging a pretzel stick, just dipping it in cheese, like, yo, like, huh, good shit. Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Pretzel sticks sound great.
Leonia saying yes, a troll Val. Plus, just bring Laurie back was everything. Yeah, that was nice to see Laurie back again. I like how I like the fact that they did, revisit that character and they freshened some things up in regards to what we knew from the original timeline. They completely took the whole family aspect out of it. I thought they did that in the first two movies, especially in a really good way. I just wish they would have capitalized more on what they built in the second movie, Halloween Kills, and than what we got in Halloween Ends. That's just how I feel about it. King Matthew saying, here's another theory of mine. I do remember seeing the Mass Factory from a Halloween 3 kill count I watched. What if Michael got brainwashed into being a killer by one of the masks from that factory? Yeah, a lot of people were thinking about that, in regards to, Halloween Ends. We thought that maybe the radio tower could lead to, the Silver Shamrock Factory or something like that. I know there were some theories about that. I personally don't want that to happen because I just think it hurts the mystique of the character. You know what I mean? I don't want that mask to be from Silver Shamrock because I don't want Michael to be, like a brainwashed, type of character, whatever. I just want his mythology to be what it used to be. We don't know. It's unknown. It's just open for interpretation.
Yeah, I don't want it to be the cause, but I kind of want it to be integrated in a way that made things worse for him. Like,
right.
Maybe that's part of maybe drloomis kind of worked for Shamrock or whatever it's called. I don't know. I feel like there's some lore there, but I don't want it to be the cause. I want him to be pure evil being the cause, but maybe people knew it and tried to mess with him a little bit that made it work. I don't know.
Basically they tampered with it maybe by fear mongering or other acts of, ways to where it built up this mystique and this mythology of the character to where he became the monster that he is.
Yeah,
I could see that. That sounded scary, saying, I believe we need the real Halloween 3 as a TV series, giving us what we deserve. Use the people from the flashback scene in Kills. Okay, I get what you're saying. Excuse me. So basically what you're saying is that we need a follow-up to Halloween 2 in so many ways as the real Halloween 3. That's what you're saying. You want to pick up after the events of Halloween 2. Hey, I'm not against it. I know there was an idea that was floated out there for a movie to where Michael, one of the main characters was actually going to be Deputy Hunt from Halloween 2, just like 10 years later or whatnot. So, yeah, that's not impossible. That could definitely happen. I'm not against seeing that. You know what I mean? If we're going to pick up after the events of, because Halloween 2 still took place the night of Halloween 78. So if they are going to be focusing on characters from that night in Halloween 1978 or that night in 78 as a whole, you could definitely sit there and pick up after the events of Halloween 2 and maybe feature some characters from that film as well. You tell a story with them and whatnot and how Michael affected their lives. I even think that that idea with Hunt being a main character, Michael was supposed to be in lockup facing execution, but when he's getting executed, like something happens to where it obviously doesn't work. He kills everybody, all the guards and all that stuff, and then all hell breaks loose. So I don't know if that'd be something that you would want to see per se, like play out that way. But yeah, they could definitely, pick up from the events of Halloween 2 and give us a real Halloween 3 per se. Instead of, the Silver Shamrock stuff, we still follow Michael just in the aftermath of Halloween 2. Halloween 4 kind of did that, but maybe you set it in between the events of Halloween 4. Maybe in 1982, 1983, something like that. What do you think about that, Dustin?
Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool, like to have like a real Halloween 3. And maybe that can be a little bit. You could still like kind of tie in the Shamrock, you know, a little bit, the Silver Shamrock. I don't know. I don't know about using the flashback scenes and kills. I think, honestly, when it comes to like TV and movies, I kind of want it to be a little bit separate. I think it'll confuse people more than anything a little bit, you know? Like, I think it would be kind of cool to just kind of just do its own thing. Do its own thing for a true Halloween 3, you know? Halloween 3 season of Michael Myers, you know, and let them know that this isn't season of the witch, this is season of Michael Myers, and we're going to show what happened after Halloween 2.
I will say this, and this is why I want them to introduce the Carruthers family, you know, in this TV series. Even if you don't like feature them, they're in it. We see them. You know what I mean? Because for my Rachel Carruthers theory video that I'm dropping, my title in the thumbnail is "The Night Before He Returned."
Ooh, nice.
You know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah.
basically playing into that idea that Michael actually did come back before he returned in Halloween 4.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm all for it, man. Hey, whatever they could do to bring Michael back, just don't make it cheap, you know, make it effective. I will say, we know that Dwight H. Little, the director of Halloween 4, he pitched an idea for the Halloween TV series. We don't know how far he got with that. We don't know if that's what they're going to, if they could have changed their mind, what they're doing. But I really hope that he at least gets a chance to have his hands on this TV series. You know what I mean? Because I really want them to end up giving both elliecornell and Danielleharris what they deserve. As Rachel's character and as Jamie's character, we need that proper closing. They deserve that much. Because when Halloween, Michael Myers was dead in the water, they brought that character back with their characters. You know what I mean? Their characters were so good in Halloween 4 that you wanted to see more of them going forward. And they got fucking butchered and hacked up and destroyed. And they didn't deserve that. So they deserve a proper closing as those characters. That sounded scary. Saying Michael Myers is a shape of a man. That's all. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that is it. He's just a shape of a man. He's an entity that is trapped inside the vessel of what was once a human being. That's it. Absolutely. Paul is saying the Lethal Collective reunion tomorrow night at 7. That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
That's what's up. I'm so happy for them. I'm going to have to stop in and say hi to them and say what's up, you know, show some support. You know, I'm glad to see those guys getting back together. It's been a minute. Leonia saying, I really appreciate this channel. Thanks to my brother Troll for putting me on to y'all. Huge fan of horror films, especially Halloween. Michael Myers is my favorite. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. I didn't know that you guys were related. That's so cool. Thank you, Troll, for that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. You know, I appreciate you, Leonia. You know, I appreciate everybody who comes here and hangs out with us and, you know, gives us their time and shares this passion for horror movies. You know what I mean? Like, I always talk about it growing up, you know, being a horror fan, you know, it was kind of hard to really talk about it the way I talk about it here with you guys without being looked at as a weirdo. You know what I mean? So it's nice to know that we have a community full of weirdos that love this shit. So, hey, I appreciate you as well, Leonia, and thank you for being here, and thank you for joining. Good Lord, I can't talk either. Sometimes this happens. But
hey, it happens.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you who show up here and you guys are awesome. I can't, words really don't describe how much you guys mean to me, and Destin as well. Like, I could sit here and talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but it really doesn't express the gratitude that I have for all of you. Because it's you guys who make up this channel. You guys wanting to hang out here, wanting to hear our opinions, caring about our opinions, while also sharing yours. That's what makes this community. And I'm so proud to build a community like this. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Perfectly said, man.
Thank you. Paul is saying love to all the mods. I am going to scroll up here a good bit and catch up with the rest of you guys because I know I am so far behind. Paul is saying never seen Dr. Giggles. Okay, well, you're about to see it here in a few minutes. Yeah, Dom, you can join me and Destin for some Dr. Giggles. I'll send you a link there, man. I know I'm super behind. I am going to be catching up here so we can wrap it up. Yo, what's up, Steven? Craven saying, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping in, man. And I just heard that, the Lethal Collective is going to be doing a reunion stream tomorrow night. So I'm going to stop in and say what's up to you guys. That's awesome. I'm glad to see you guys back in the saddle. And hopefully we get that round 2 between you and Fate in regards to Stu. I'm ready for it, man. Let's go. Appreciate it, Steven. Appreciate it for sure. Okay, so yeah, I already saw this one. So let me catch up here. Hey, what's up, Tristan? I hope you're having a great night. I'm sorry if I didn't get to any of your comments. Tristan, I've been so far behind. We had super chats come in, and then obviously we're having a conversation. I was trying to keep up as much as I could. It gets difficult. You guys know that. Go eat activity, you Jamie Lee. That's funny. Or Activia. Activia. That's funny.
Activity, yeah, the yogurt. Yeah.
Val saying 1000% spot on, Destin. I'm assuming in regards to what we were talking about, like Michael and, mythology and what we want to see and stuff like that. Like, absolutely.
It might have been the whole Hawkins shooting him, taking that last shot. I think she brought that in whenever I was talking about that.
Right. Right, Leonia. Saying, laughing my ass off, I agree. Michael Myers is mysterious, so they should keep that mystery. Yes, absolutely. Never humanize him. That's what takes the scariness away from the character. When you dumb it down to him just being basically a man in a mask, well, then that kind of makes him like any other serial killer who wears a mask.
Like, I know I don't want to see this on screen, but I kind of imagine. You remember when we watched Brain Scan, like last week or whatever? Whenever we got that first person view of him, like, all right, go through the back gate, like a voice talking to him and telling him what to do. Go in.
Yeah.
Now do it. Grab a knife. Like, I imagine that's what's going on in Michael Myers' head, but I don't want to hear it or see it. I just imagine that's what's going on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's a great analogy, though, bro. That was a great one. Yeah, because you could definitely see that happening. Like, wow,
sneaking
around.
But
I'm right there with you. I don't want to hear it, but I'm actually hearing it in my mind. So
yeah,
that's safe enough. I like that idea, bro. That's crazy. I never thought about it like that.
I don't know, man. I'm just always like, I'm like, ooh, that gives me the fucking willies, man.
Yeah, right. Fucking hear the man's voice talking to Michael. Grab the knife.
Yeah.
Kill for me.
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Now
man.
Take a trophy, cut his foot off.
Val saying, bring Rachel back. Hashtag justice for Rachel. Absolutely, Val. Yes. Yes, I agree. Tristan and Craven talking about some Scream. Nothing wrong with that. King Matthew saying, do you think Paul Rudd could return in a future Halloween film? Because I don't think his character died. Man,
Not for a long time. Not for a long time. Not for a big role at least, because he's high. He's got a high salary now.
It would have to be where it made sense for him as Tommy Doyle would come back. And like Destin said, he's high salary. So if you're willing to pay him for a minimal role, then sure. But maybe Paul is also not the one to just take, that amount of money and just get a small role out of it. He might want to actually tell a story with it. You know what I mean? So, man, I really wish they would have been able to bring him back for the newer trilogy. He wanted to do it.
He did talk about it then. Yeah,
he wanted to do it. So that is a plus. I'll put it this way. If he's available and if it makes sense for that character to come back and for him to come back as that character, I'm not against it. I liked him as Tommy Doyle. I know some people felt that he was a little too stoic, you know what I mean, and stuff at times. I actually thought that was, I thought he embodied how a traumatized kid carried that trauma to his adulthood. You know what I mean? And that obsession, you know what I mean, and stuff. He became obsessed with Michael just like Loomis did. You know what I mean? So I loved Paul Rudd as Tommy Doyle. But I do think that since we did just get Tommy in Halloween Kills, even though it was in Michael Anthony Hall, I don't know if they're going to bring that character back. You know what I mean? Because now you got to look at it like this. The character has been in a total of 3 movies. When you count the original Halloween, when you count Paul Rudd playing him in Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6, and when you add in Halloween Kills. So I'm not saying they couldn't bring back the character and maybe give him an even bigger focus, but I just feel like they're going to have characters that were a part of 1978 that we just never got introduced to before. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Catch up with the rest of these comments before we head out because we are about to wrap up. Hey, what's up, Katie? I hope you're having a great night. Thank you for stopping in. It's good to see you. K-pop.
Never stop. Got something for the K-pop. I always think about
that sounded scary saying oh my God, I can never say this. In canon speaking, Sydney is
word?
I'm just saying I don't know if that canonically is a word. I don't know if it was misspelled. I can't even say the real fucking word right now. Good Lord. Okay, so in canon, technically speaking, Sydney is legally married to Mark Kincaid. The directors and actors even said so. Yeah, but you know how this goes, man. They're going to end up retconning what they already did because we got Mark Evans. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they can say so and stuff like that, but they can also change their minds.
Yeah, I just wish they would have changed his first name. Like, if you couldn't get Mark Kincaid back, just change it to, Jared. I don't know. Jared.
Should have named him Deuce. Deuce Evans.
What?
Deuce.
What'd you say?
I said they should have named him Deuce.
Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo. Hey, Deuce!
Val, if you can go back to that part and clip that out when Destin's like, what? Oh, that was good. Oh, that reaction was gold. That sounded scary. Said they have to announce that at some point, even if they just didn't work out. Give us, you're talking about Scream. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I just feel like they're going to just retcon and move on with it. There's not really much you can do. I mean, let's really be honest. It was implied that Mark Kincaid and Sydney had some type of relationship at the end of Scream 3, but for all we know, that could have just been a friendship. I know.
Yeah,
I know
that's the
they
thing.
wanna-
Maybe something happens to his character that he didn't agree with. It was like, okay, so I'm coming back to get killed, and you're not going to pay me the money that I want, because you got to admit, you got to realize that when they were doing the casting for this movie, Patrick Dempsey just got Sexiest Man of the Year. He just got Dexter.
Yeah.
He just got Thanksgiving, all in one fucking year. His salary just went up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Wrong damn year to try to get him back for a Scream movie. If you did a year before, you probably would have bagged him. Honestly, I expect him, if he's in Thanksgiving 2, they're going to be paying a pretty penny for him.
Right.
I just, I think just to bring him, they could still bring him back, but they're going to have to bring him back in a law enforcement role or a friendship role, or
it had to be a friendship role. It can't be what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it can't be that anymore.
Make sure okay. It's on stage. I'm just making sure this comment is up there. Val saying they can easily bypass Laurie Strode. She died in a car crash already within the timeline. Yeah, it's just what messes that up, Val, is the fact that Halloween H2O basically mentioned both the first and second films within that movie. So then that means anything that happened after Halloween 2 in regards to Laurie babysitting Rachel, her having Jamie, giving birth to Jamie, so on and so forth, that falls in canon with that as well, being that they answered that. You know what I mean? Now, you could always retcon it to what it was supposed to be in Halloween 4, which was Laurie Strode died in a car accident. Yeah, they could definitely retcon it and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? And not tie in the aspects of Halloween H2O and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that in canon, when you think about what Halloween H2O did, that shit all counts. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I agree with you. They could just have her die in a car crash for real and not retcon it this time.
Yeah.
That sounded scary, saying, oh, John Tate is 100% alive. He'll come back. I know it. I mean, they wanted to do a movie. They wanted to do a movie with Josh Hartnett, but it just never got made. Craven saying Paul Rudd returns as Tommy Doyle. Man, I would love that. I mean, I'm definitely not against it. Not against it at all.
If it does happen, I want Tommy Doyle to be a little bit like he's kind of acts like Paul Rudd a little bit, like he's back to like maybe he's a little bit over his trauma a little bit, to where then he gets re-traumatized again whenever Michael occurs. Like, I want a little bit of life to Tommy Doyle. That was the only thing, is that he was just he was odd, but I want him to kind of like be, after all these years, grown into a more relatable character.
No, I feel you on that. That's why I said a lot of people feel he was too stoic at times. You know what I mean? Too somewhat depressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, they wanted it more. They wanted more out of the character in regards to, I guess, a character. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they wanted more out of him in regards to that. Like, they wanted to see him actually have some personality. And there were definitely moments where he didn't have personality.
Yeah.
Val saying he totally has the slow walk down pat. I will say this in regards to, because I didn't get to answer this, in regards to who plays Michael Myers, Aaron Armstrong, who did it in Halloween Kills at the beginning in the retcon scene. That's who I choose for Michael Myers.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought he had the walk down pack. I thought he did everything great Like, and he's young enough to play a younger Michael Myers. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to scroll up all the way to the end of the chat. You guys, I'm sorry if I did not get to any of your comments. You guys know how it gets. You know what I mean? But I am about to wrap up here. I just want to catch up with these like last 5 comments, and then we're going to call it a night on this stream because we are going to head over to the Dr. Giggles members only live watch party. Stella G saying, thank you, gentlemen, and everyone in the chat. Always love hanging out. Always lovely hanging out with you all. Yeah, Stella G, if you're heading out for the night, you enjoy the rest of your night, get some rest, and we will definitely catch you in the next live stream and in the next video as well. Paula saying, I shot him 6 times. I'm going to be on the watch party chat to hang out. I kind of don't want bad dreams tonight. Yeah, definitely, Paula. Yes, absolutely. Definitely come to hang out. We're about to head over there right now. Val saying McDreamy making the big bucks now. Yeah, right? Right. And it's so funny, real quick to touch on that. Remember when he first became McDreamy, he had that big boom then, just from even that show. You know what I mean? Then, like Destin says, he does Thanksgiving, you know what I mean? And then he wins the whole sexiest man alive. So now that asking price just goes up and up and up and up. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's definitely making the big bucks now, and he deserves it. Patrick's a great actor.
Yeah, he is. I always remember him from Can't Buy Me Love. That was a good teen movie.
I've never seen it.
It was good.
Okay, guys. So we are going to head out for the night on this stream. I greatly appreciate every single one of you who hung out with us. We went out. We even went I want to say actually we extended the stream by 35 minutes. You know what I mean? So hey, always a great time. Always love doing it. Again, thank you for your super chats. We hit the goal. So obviously you got the stream extension, but you also are going to get the chance to vote in which Halloween movie we are going to watch on Thursday evening. So keep an eye out for the notifications for the posts on my YouTube channel. You guys know how I do it because this is how they allow me to do it. Each movie is going to be broken down in sections of 4 with there's 13 movies. There's 13 movies, so one post is going to be one movie by itself, but then the other ones are going to be broken down in sections of 4. So just make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. Get your votes in, and by Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, that's when I'm going to shut down the voting for the polls, and whatever finishes with the highest percentage, that's the movie we're going to watch. So again, I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys, and also be sure to check the description of this of this video of this stream, as well as this comment section. Go subscribe to Destination Station. You will not be disappointed with his content. If you love this content, you're going to love his content, as well as he likes to also dibble and dabble in other stuff outside of horror. Just overall, you will not be disappointed with this man's content. He's awesome. He's cool. He's got great work. He's got even more work coming out. And he's just always a pleasure to have here on the stream with me. And he's actually going to be on the members only live watch party as well. So definitely subscribe to oh my God. Cannot talk right now, bro. It's getting late. You know how this gets, bro. But
it happens.
But we are about to head over to the members only live watch party. If you are not a member and you do want to become a member, hit that join button that you see on the channel and come join us. And we're going to be watching Dr. Giggles, and it's going to be a fun time. And this was a fun time talking the Halloween TV series and sharing our thoughts and opinions on what we think could happen. And there's going to be definitely plenty more to come. So guys, see you here in a few short minutes if you are a member. As for everybody else, watch the replay if you didn't get to watch this entire stream. Shoot the like button if you're new to the channel. Shoot the subscribe button. And welcome to the community. Catch you guys later. Members, I will see you in a few short minutes. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody. I'll be right